Vitamin D deficiency is a lower than normal level of vitamin D in the blood. Vitamin D deficiency is a global health problem, with nearly 1 billion people in the world suffering from vitamin D deficiency. In addition to the suffering of nearly 50% of the world's population from the lack of a sufficient amount of vitamin D in the body, which negatively affects the general health of the person, especially the health of bones, muscles, skin and other health problems, which you will learn today about 14 health problems. Watch the video to the end, because it is possible that you suffer from one of the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. Number 1. Hair loss. Vitamin D deficiency causes hair loss and many hair problems, and there may also be a relationship between the individual's infection with alopecia areata, and this is the cause of the vitamin deficiency in hair areas or each other's scalp, and affects women and men. Vitamin D deficiency also affects hair in healthy individuals who do not have alopecia areata. Some individuals may experience hair loss when they have a deficiency in vitamin D levels. Number 2. Orthopedic problems. Vitamin D helps the absorption of calcium and phosphorus from the food ingested, so it is essential for bone health, especially with patients with osteoporosis. In addition, a lack of vitamin D in children may lead to rickets, which is represented by weak bones, bowed legs, and bone deformities, so the advice is directed to urge children to take vitamin D supplements, due to the low rate of exposure to sunlight and their prolonged stay on tablets instead of playing outside, along with lack of food sources that contain good amounts of vitamin D. In addition to the above, both bone pain and lower back pain are symptoms of vitamin D deficiency, as it also causes a decrease in bone density in the elderly and women during or after menopause, which makes them more vulnerable to bone fractures. Number 3. Less sleeping. There is a direct relationship between the lack of vitamin D levels in the body, the number of hours of sleep, and the extent of its efficiency and depth. Vitamin D deficiency in the body can lead to a group of sleep problems, including sleep disorders, insomnia, poor efficiency and quality of sleep in general, or in other words, it causes a lack of hours of sleep and not getting the required rest after waking up. Number 4. Overweight. Some research has shown that a high body mass index is associated with low levels of vitamin D in the body, and this explains why obese patients are included in the list of groups at risk of deficiency of this vitamin. In other studies, researchers found that people who suffer from obesity decrease their consumption of foods rich in vitamin D, and they prefer to stay at home, and this reduces their exposure to sunlight. Number 5. Fatigue. There are many reasons for feeling tired, and vitamin D deficiency is one of them, which affects the lives of adults and children alike, as they suffer from the inability to carry out daily activities easily, and tend to lethargy and laziness. In a study, it was found that there is a strong relationship between low vitamin D levels and feeling tired, as 89% of women who feel permanent fatigue suffer from vitamin D deficiency. And with the participants taking vitamin D supplements, their symptoms of stress and fatigue gradually decreased, so they became less severe until they disappeared with adjusting the levels of this important vitamin in the body. Number 6. Skin diseases. Vitamin D is the only vitamin that the body can make through exposure to sunlight, and thus scientists considered it one of the body's hormones, and vitamin D is associated with the skin as it is important for the growth of skin cells and supporting its immunity, and it also protects the skin from inflammation, and therefore a deficiency of vitamin D causes dermatitis and his infection with inflammatory diseases such as eczema, acne, psoriasis, skin rashes, and others. Some skin symptoms can indicate a vitamin D deficiency in the body, so that the skin appears pale and lacks freshness. Number 7. Slow healing wounds. Slow wound healing after surgery or injury is a sign that your vitamin D levels are too low. Vitamin D increases the production of compounds necessary for the formation of new skin as part of the wound healing process. One study in 60 people with diabetic foot ulcers found that taking a vitamin D supplement for 12 weeks significantly improved wound healing. Number 8. Digestive problems. Vitamin D deficiency is not only caused by malnutrition or lack of exposure to sunlight, but its occurrence is also linked to the presence of problems in the digestive system, which impedes the body's absorption of it from foods and nutritional supplements, so that people with it suffer. People with inflammatory bowel disease are more likely to have a vitamin D deficiency. Inflammation of the intestine, like other diseases of the digestive system, leads to a decrease in the absorption of fats that cause vitamin D to dissolve in the body. A 6-month study compared a vitamin D supplement with a placebo in a group of 90 IBS patients, and the results indicated that the vitamin D supplement was more effective in relieving IBS symptoms, including abdominal pain and flatulence, than a placebo. Number 9. Dizziness. Dizziness can be a sign of a vitamin D deficiency because this nutrient is needed to keep you balanced. Without vitamin D, you may find yourself feeling more dizzy than usual. This can make it difficult to do everyday activities, such as walking or driving. In one study, people who did not have enough vitamin D developed this condition. If you continue to ignore your vitamin D levels, it could get worse. Number 10. Getting sick regularly. Frequent infections can be a sign of a vitamin D deficiency because this nutrient is essential for maintaining a healthy immune system. Without vitamin D, you may find yourself getting sick more often than usual, and your immune system may not be as strong as it should be. This can lead to frequent and recurrent infections. In fact, a deficiency in this vitamin can increase the risk of autoimmune diseases and even cancers such as slow-healing wounds. If your illness persists, you need to speak to a specialist. You don't want to go wrong. Number 11. Lower back pain. There are large studies that have pointed to the association of vitamin D with lower back pain, as low levels of the vitamin in the blood can lead to bone problems and thus lower back pain. Vitamin D, also called the sunshine vitamin, helps regulate the amount of calcium and phosphate in the body. These nutrients are essential for maintaining healthy bones, teeth and muscles. This is what was revealed by a study that established the relationship between vitamin D levels and back pain in more than 9,000 elderly women. The researchers found that those who were deficient in the vitamin were more likely to have back pain, including severe ones, that limited their daily activities. Number 12. Aching muscles. If there is pain in your muscles without a real explanation as to why it is happening, it could be due to a vitamin D deficiency. This is especially true if you feel the pain during the winter, rather than the summer. According to research, age regardless of muscle pain caused by vitamin D deficiency, you can experience it regardless of your age. Muscle pain is common enough in the modern lifestyle, but it's not a good sign. If your muscles feel weak regularly, convulsions are another sign that you are not getting enough vitamin D. These symptoms are particularly worrisome if they occur in children. When young children don't get enough vitamin D, they can end up with rickets. This is a disease that affects bone development in children. Number 13. Low mood. Low moods can also be a sign of a vitamin D deficiency because this nutrient is needed to keep mood stable. Without vitamin D, you may find it difficult to maintain your positive outlook on life and you may experience frequent mood swings. This can make it difficult to enjoy your daily life and difficult to maintain your energy level during physical activities. This can limit your ability to participate in physical activities and may lead to fatigue. Number 14. Sweaty head. Head sweats can be a sign of low vitamin D levels because this nutrient is needed to keep your body cool. Without vitamin D, you may find yourself sweating more than usual, especially on your head. This can be uncomfortable and may lead to problems such as dehydration. Now that you know the most common vitamin D deficiency symptoms, Tell us in the comments, do you suffer from any of the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency? And are you thinking of doing an analysis to find out the percentage inside your body? Subscribe to the channel to learn more about the health of your body. Take care of it, take care of your skin and healthy foods, and do not forget to activate the notification bell. Thanks for watching because you care about yourself.